Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk about all the craziness that's going on with Gamestop, with AMC, even with Blackberry, and even with Koss. So be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe. But I'm sure if you've been watching any news in the stock market, the run-up around GameStop has caught the attention of just about anybody that pays attention to the stock market on a regular basis. So what's happening is you're having what you call a short squeeze. So now the other day, actually last week I saw where GameStop had ran up, and I was on the phone talking to one of my friends, and I was texting another friend who's also in the stocks, and we were just joking about how he was like, man, I bought GameStop back when it was $11, and then I sold it at $13, and at the time of us talking last week on Friday, GameStop had ran all the way up to $70. Now this isn't the first time you've seen things like that happen. Probably I think like maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, there was a company called I can't even think of the name of the company, but the ticker symbol is ACY, and they were just insane. Like it was up over 1,000% for no reason whatsoever. And here's the same thing that was going on with GameStop for no reason whatsoever. Well, what's happening is you have hedge funds and you have different groups that sometimes all they want to do is just short sell a stock. So GameStop is one of the stocks, one of the companies that they target to short sell, just like with AMC and even other companies where they had planned to short sell. So a lot of people may not understand, what short selling is, but basically it's kind of like, let's say like hedge funds. They do this a lot and they make a lot of money doing this. So now the little guys like you and I, who don't have billions of dollars, tend to get hurt in situations like that, because sometimes you'll see yourself investing in something and you're thinking that, especially if you're into trading, you're thinking that, oh man, this thing is going up, it's going up. And then all of a sudden you'll see it just deflate. So sometimes what happens is it's kind of like a pump and dump, kind of like a bubble-ish situation where you have these hedge funds where what they'll do is they will buy this stock with the intentions on short selling it. So the stock would then run all the way up. And basically a lot of times you see this happening with option contracts and margins and things like that, a little bit on the riskier side of investing. But what happens is they will buy these stocks or basically borrow these stocks, and then the stock prices will go up, and then what they'll do is they'll sell it, or they'll sell it and they'll bet against it going down. So what happens is they end up making a lot of money in that process. So then once it goes lower, they buy it at a lower price. So it's almost like they're buying it low, they're selling it high with the intention to buy it low. So what happens is, I don't know who had beef, but somebody obviously had beef with what was going on, and they started, the conversation, and everyone targeted the same companies that they targeted. So regular investors, which people call retail investors. So what happens is people just started pouring in and buying the stock with the intention on, I guess you could say, teaching these hedge funds managers and companies a lesson. So then what happens is when the stock goes all the way up, guess what these companies have to do? They still have to buy back the stock. So it means that now they're paying a higher price than a stock versus getting it at a cheaper stock. Now, if you're not familiar with this stuff, I understand it may not make sense, but this is just kind of what's happening and what's going on. So the more and more people are buying and pouring money into a stock, you see it shoot up, then you see it shoot up some more. And what happens is then that's causing a ripple with, the typical, short selling community, especially the big wigs like that. You're seeing them now, in a sense, lose money behind this. Now, the interesting thing behind this is it's putting Wall Street on notice, and the SEC and the government on notice, like saying, hey, apparently the retail investors have enough power to be able to really cause problems for big wig billion-dollar companies. So now when these billion-dollar hedge fund companies do these things, nobody's really investigating or saying, oh my goodness, because it's legal. However, when you see these things happen in the retail side, where what you see happening now, a lot of our, governmental structures around, the stock market, they're kind of frustrated, like, wait a minute, hold on. So you mean to tell me regular people who don't have billions and billions upon billions of dollars can actually cause this type of ripple in the stock market? So this has actually been something that's been pretty fun to watch. So I've been paying attention and watching on Reddit with Wall Street Bets. If you don't know what that is, that's a Reddit group. And a few days ago, I had actually put out a quick video asking people hey, what's the 411? What's going on? I've taken the video down because I was in the middle of doing a video, and I was like, wow, why is GameStop up again? Because then what happens is GameStop went up to 70, Then here we come Monday, and then GameStop goes up to $150. And then just last night, GameStop got up to $300 in the pre-market. So you do have a lot of people who have been able to make some money off of it if you know what you're doing. Now, if you don't understand this stuff, you don't know what you're doing, just please be careful. Don't go trying to chase it, because what's going to happen is you're going to see these stock prices go swing like high and low. So of course it's very risky. So it's not something for everybody to be playing around with. And that didn't just happen with GameStop, but it happened with AMC. It's happening with Blackberry. It's happening with a company called Koss. I don't even know what Koss is, but if you look this up, you'll actually see the numbers, for yourself and see kind of how crazy it is. So the volume of the buying and selling is going crazy. So basically what's been happening is a short squeeze, and it's just been causing the hedge fund managers and all the, big name, big wigs, people with all the billions of dollars who normally make a lot of money through this process. This has been costing them a lot of money. So they've been losing money behind it. So I'm not gonna lie, I got in on the fund, just for about, a few hours. I bought into AMC, and it actually had just tripled. And as soon as it tripled, I was like, okay, that's enough, I'm out. But this is something that is extremely risky, something that is extremely volatile. So just beware. Don't get close and try to play these things if you don't understand what's going on. And it's only temporary, because what's going to happen is you're going to see these stocks, come back down. Because for example, with GameStop, there's no real reason for GameStop to be up at all. Nothing's great happening for GameStop. I know they just had someone I guess buy ownership, but GameStop is in a position of being the Blockbuster to Netflix at this point, because now the way people being able to play games, it's they play it online through subscription base, so they don't necessarily have to go and buy the physical game. It's just like CDs. When's the last time you've been to Walmart or to Target to the music section of the store, if they even have a music section anymore? When's the last time you went there looking for a physical CD? Most people don't. They just go on their phones. They go to Spotify or go to, whatever, Apple Music, whatever it is that they have, or go look for it for free on SoundCloud or whatever, because that's no longer the case. Well, GameStop is in that position. So if they don't do something quick, they're going to find themselves, possibly bankrupt. The same with AMC. Yes, they just had some funding to where they were about to go bankrupt, but the reality of it is, when do you think we're actually going to get back to watching movies? Not anytime soon. Not in the space of going to the movie theater, sitting down, having popcorn, everybody laughing or crying. A lot of people won't be comfortable with that for some time. People are more comfortable with drive-in movies right now. So AMC doesn't necessarily have anything good going for it right now, but the stock literally went up from a couple bucks, $1, a couple bucks, up to $20 at the filming of this video. So in a nutshell, in layman's terms, that's kind of what's going on. So you kind of have, the regular people, the regular investors, retail investors like you and I, kind of going against the hedge fund managers, the people who will literally drive up the price of a stock, or even in cryptocurrency, and then just be able to sell it and then buy it back low, all these different things. So, but because of the way things have been this pandemic, and everybody has been really starting to get more and more into the stock market, you're starting to find that we the people, like I've mentioned in videos before, you're starting to see that, people like you and I, people that are, maybe watching videos on YouTube, or just, looking to be able to, grow our money. It's grown so much to the point that, we have this type of power, just far as that's how we're able to really move a market. So some of these stocks that you've seen, especially some of these SPAC stocks never really had a reason to run up as high as it did, but it did. Just like you see with some of the IPOs. Why are the IPOs so high? Well, it's just because of people like you and I who have really just, been looking for different investments. So if you have enough people putting money into a stock, along with these big companies, then you're going to see the price of these stocks go up like you've seen. So it's been a fun ride. Now, of course, in some areas, you're going to see stocks come down. And a part of the market you're going to see, I don't want to say crash, but it will retract at some point. I don't think we're in a huge bubble. I think there's areas where there's bubbles. But as I stated before, I think we're in a shift. But retraction and the stock market coming down some, it's inevitable that it's going to happen at some point. But of course, as we like to talk about, when you see a cheap price or you see a stock that you love, that you've been investing in come down, it's like you're having a sale. But anyways, guys, this is just what's been going on. It's been crazy. So I'm watching it. It's pretty fun to watch. I mean, for me, it's fun to watch. But please be careful and understand that this is something that is risky. And just as people can make a whole lot of money, there's always somebody that's going to lose a whole lot of money behind this as well. Just make sure you're not on the losing side. But if you want to kind of check out and see like what everybody's doing, now, like I said, be careful, but you can go on like the Wall Street Bets, which is on Reddit, and check it out and see what's happening. Anyways, guys, y'all have a good one, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.